and gravity, right? Anyway, the following year, I decided to get them lifted. So I got a nice reduction. I got the girls lifted up. For the first time since middle school, I had perfect boobs. And ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the old people say, when a woman makes a plan, God laughs. So in 2020, exactly 12 months from my surgery, the good one, my tatas were scheduled for their very first maiden voyage into that mammogram machine. Again, that was 2020. It was just before the world went crazy. I was actually going to skip the screening. It had just been 12 months. I had mammograms, I had all kinds of screenings. When they take all that stuff out, they biopsy it, and there was absolutely no problem. How could there be a problem in just 12 months, right? Nikki, my boss at the time, my coworker, and my friend urged me to go get tested. Because I teach aesthetics at Spa Tech, she said that I was a role model, and if I skipped an important life-saving screening, my students, who are mostly young women themselves, may feel as though they can skip those screenings too. Bitch. I went. The very next day, I got a call from the South Coast Health. With some urgency in her voice, a nurse said to me that I needed to come for another run through the ringer. Scared, worried, concerned? Oh, hell no. It's just scar tissue, for God's sake. I just had them lifted, right? So, not at all. No worries whatsoever. Well, another mammogram, ultrasound, consult, needle biopsy later. It wasn't scar tissue. It wasn't some anomaly of the surgery either. It was cancer. Not only breast cancer, but the Mac Daddy of breast cancer. My test for a factor called HER2 came back positive, and that was the game changer for me. Without going into too much detail, a HER2 diagnosis is considered not the good type of cancer. That was when I became the warrior. My battlefield was a lumpectomy, 12 rounds of chemo, 20 rounds of radiation, and 20 plus rounds of an IV drug called Herceptin. The weapons used in this battle may be different from the battle weapons of the traditional warrior, however, just as strong and just as mighty as a sword. How is cancer fought? Cancer is fought with love from your partner, the love of your friends, the love of your children, and your family. The power of prayers, the power of healing energy. My friend Nikki, you remember the bitch that told me to get the mammogram, every morning sent me a heart emoji, just to know that she was thinking of me and to make sure that I was okay. If an emoji didn't go back, she called my boyfriend. My friend and coworker Lynn sent me photos of her Palomino horse Sunny every Friday morning before my chemo treatments to give me something beautiful to concentrate on. It was the early days of COVID, so my nurses, doctors, and staff at South Coast became my only friends in that room. They treated me as a friend with care and patience. My love and my forever man, Chris, not only put up with my sleepless nights, pissy attitude, and anger, he shaved my head when the time came because he knew that going bald had to be my choice and not cancer's. He actually did it in a mohawk first because what the hell, we might as well have some fun with this, right? And then there was Fab. Fab, the reason we're all here. The organization looking and feeling fabulous. I am an esthetician. I work in the spa industry providing guests with facials. I was introduced to Fab by my good friend Tina Murdoch during my Spa Tech days. And more about Tina in just a minute. The third leg of my treatment protocol was radiation. Hell, after chemo, how bad could radiation be, right? If you're not familiar with chemo, allow me to summarize. Chemotherapy is an IV drug. It's a poison. It's a toxin that courses through your veins, and in my case, it was done weekly. Over time, it collapsed the veins that carried it. It systematically kills all living, fast-growing cells, rendering its victim completely hairless, anemic, dehydrated, insomniac, helpless, pissed off, and God knows what else. After that, radiation seemed like a virtual walk in the park. How bad could radiation be? Well, you lie there practically naked on a metal slab, lined up by tattoos on my chest and underarm to light beams. Technicians leave you alone behind a 2-foot thick lead door with an alarm sounding and a light with a radiation symbol flashing. Sounds like something you want to sign up for, right? All the while, a machine the size of a New York City efficiency apartment circles around you, spewing enough radiation to warm a small solar system. What could possibly go wrong? Then I started to hear words like burning, scarring, blistering, peeling, and my personal favorite, oozing. I called Fab. Immediately called Fab. I had a Zoom meeting with the esteemed Holly D'Alessandro Brown and the before-mentioned Christina Murdoch. They did a formal intake and asked me about my concerns. I mentioned the burning, scarring, blistering, peeling, and let's not forget the oozing. The next morning after our Zoom meeting, JJ Brown, Holly's adorable husband, drove nearly an hour through a community of private roads without the aid of GPS to drop off a package to me. In a plain brown paper bag was a buttery soft hydrating cream and magic oil made specifically for Fab by Melissa McDonald. Oh, that magic oil, by the way. It's so wonderful, and the scent alone is enough to heal whatever ails you. This stuff is amazing. I was given instruction of this heavenly elixir to use in the affected ear area, which is my right boob, right here, before, during, and after my treatments. A week later, a package arrived from my friend Angela, and was actually more product because she wanted to be sure that I didn't run out of all of these magical elixirs. And after 20 treatments of radiation, I had no burning, scarring, blistering, peeling, or oozing. Absolutely none. Fab isn't only about consultations, lotions, and oils. It's about walking the walk of looking and feeling fabulous. Fab gave me facials and massages especially designed for the oncology patients. For the first time in months, I felt like a person. I felt like a woman. And I didn't just feel like a bunch of diseased cells. Because I had 9 center lymph nodes removed to be sure that the cancer didn't spread to my entire body, my lymph system was confused and didn't know where to go. If you don't know anything about lymph, I'm just going to tell you, it's basically this magical, mythical creature that lives inside your body, and it just kind of moves in its own path. Didn't know about lymph before, and I have a background. I still don't know about lymph, I'll tell you the truth. But my path now had a dead end instead of the cul-de-sac. So on my forearm and my right forearm, I started to get a very painful swelling was developed. It was called lymphedema. So I went to physical therapy and they just did not work quick enough for me. I wanted it done now. I reached out to my friend Tina. I was scheduled for my first treatment with FAB, which was a facial, and Tina offered to do a lymphatic drainage massage during my facial. The facial and the massage felt amazing. I think I snored. And guess what? After only one massage, with the fabulous Tina Murdoch, lymphedema gone. It's been a year and a half, and my lymphedema is gone. Here's the lady right there. Love you.
I love you.
Love you. Again, everybody, I'm a warrior. My brothers and my sisters who have fought this disease are warriors. Some survive the battle and some do not survive, but all warriors. And then the battle at its darkest point on the horizon is the ray of hope, the promise of relief. And the win is to heal the mind, the body, and the spirit, and to become cancer-free. Our weapons are love, support, and FAB. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all for listening to my story. Thank you, Chris, my partner, Holly, Tina, Angela, Melissa, JJ, and everybody else that supports this team at FAB for what you have done for me and for all you have touched during their battle. Thank you all for coming out tonight and for your support of this wonderful and unique organization, FAB. Looking and feeling fabulous not only treats people with cancer, but also provides education to estheticians like myself and massage therapists to care and treat clients with oncology issues safely. My love to all warriors out there who have fought the good fight and those that are still fighting the cancer.